Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. Today I'm going to do a quick demonstration on using Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay inks. So let's get started and have a little bit of fun. I've cut a piece of watercolor paper and I'm going to use this rubber stamp. So I'm using Black Ranger archival ink to ink my stamp and stamp it onto the watercolor paper. So after I rubber stamped it, I used my heat tool to just dry that. Now I'm going to use some liquid frisket. This is Blick brand liquid frisket and a paintbrush, and I'm going to cover up the goldfish with frisket. So here's what it looks like with frisket on it, and I've let it dry, and all that does is protect your image. People use it a lot in watercolor painting so that you can paint background, come back in, remove that frisket, and then paint that image. So you want a background behind. And what I'm going to do is these three colors of Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay ink. I've got teal, green, and turquoise. I'm going to do a background using those three colors. So I'm going to just drop a little bit of the first color and then use my spray bottle to spray it and let it bleed out. And I'm going to do that with all three colors. There aren't a lot of videos on using those Dr. P.H. Martin inks, but my mom is the one who discovered this cool technique. She got them for her birthday, and so she was playing around with them. And she started just dropping them onto the page and then spraying them and letting them blend out, kind of like you do with watercolor. But with watercolor, you wet the page first. And this works better to put the ink on and then spray and let it bleed out, and then drying it in between each one. So here's that fun background. Look at how pretty that is. Love it. It's going to be super cool behind those goldfish. And now what you want to do is just remove that frisket, and you can just use your finger, and when you roll across it, it's almost rubbery. And see how it just rolls away, and there's your image underneath. And then I can come back and paint those, and I'm going to use Bombay inks to paint the goldfish. So the fun thing about Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay India ink is it's water soluble, but then when it dries, it's permanent. So unlike watercolor paint, if you put down a layer of paint with your watercolors and you let it dry, and then you want to come in and do another layer over the top, it reactivates what's underneath. With Bombay ink, it doesn't do that. Once it's dry, it stays put. So these are really fun to put on with a brush and then blend them out like watercolor. You can do some really pretty soft blends. They're also so vibrant that you can come in and add a really nice touch of super bright vibrant color. So I just take a little of it and I put it into my palette, and then when it's just by itself, you can see it's really vibrant. And then come back with a watered brush and you can spread it out and blend it out. But then when you let this layer dry, you can come back over with another color. So I can go back in with an orange. And the layers are transparent like watercolor, but it'll add layer upon layer and just make a really beautiful colored piece. So I just thought I'd show real quick how to use those. So look how bright and vibrant they come out. I love that India ink. It's so bright and colorful. So it's pretty, and the goldfish made a really nice image, focal image. And now I'm going to do some pen work. My favorite pen to use is a Tombow mono drawing pen. So I'm going to come back and do some pen work. I think I'm going to add some glitter, Posca glitter pens to their scales to add a little pop of glitter. And then I'm not sure what else I'm going to do, but I'll just keep playing around and I'll just show you what it looks like when it's done. So here's what it turned out like. I did some pen work on the fish. I added little Nuvo drops for their eyes, some Posca pen in glitter in yellow and orange on the fish to make some sparkles. And then I put, if you must be blue, be bright blue. And I did that on the computer, tore it, distressed ink, and added that. And I did a border just with a brush pen in a darker teal color. And I've punched my holes, and I'm going to add this to my cute little artwork flip. So this is what it looks like. So I hope you had fun watching me try out some Dr. P.H. Martin Bombay inks. It made a gorgeous background, and it made those bright colored fish. So if you have a rubber stamp, grab a rubber stamp and some Frisket, make some fun backgrounds, and give Dr. P.H. Martin Bombay ink a try. It's really fun. And then the Nuvo drops really make cute bubbles coming up from the fish. So lots of fun things you can try. Hope you're making art today, because art soothes the heart. Thanks for stopping by.